Hey guys, so Alex here, and today I'm bringing you a standard deck profile. Yep, so news Q4 came out last week? No. Yes, last week. Or 2 weeks ago. Either way, Q4 came out. Now we're into the standard format. And today I'm bringing you a standard deck profile on OTT. People are saying it's one of the best decks in standard right now because of what it does. So yeah, just going straight into the deck profile. Starting Vanguard, I run Lozenge Magus because that's like one of two options you only have for starting Vanguards. The other one is some bunny. I like Lozenge Magus more, so Lozenge Magus has the new like starter skill that if you ride on top of her, you get to draw a card. So that's nice. So yeah, nothing much else to say. It's just the generic starter for most of the standard decks right now. Grade 3s, 4 Imperial Daughters. She's the VR and SVR for OTT, and she's a really good card. Preferably not your first ride. You prefer to ride Amaterasu first, then go on to Imperial Daughter. But anywho, her skill is when she's placed, you can counterblast 1, check the top 2 cards of your deck, put 1 into your hand, and then put the other one either into your soul or at the top of the deck. Then if you rolled from a grade 3, she gets 15k and a crit until end of turn. So very simple enough. You kind of pseudo filter and you get hand from her skill just by checking 2 cards. Add to hand, you +1, then either put into soul to fuel for Deer or Silent Tom if you run Silent Tom, or you put on top of the deck because there's a trigger and you want to trigger sack. So yeah, and then plus 15k if you ride on top of a grade 3. So either be on her or Amaterasu or Deer. Anywho, and as long as you ride a grade 3, as long as you ride her on top of a grade 3, you get the 15k in a crit. And then her second skill that I keep forgetting to use during games, you can Soul Blast 1 once per turn. You choose one of your units and it gets plus 6k to end turn. Can be useful. It's a power boot. It's a power buff, so it's nice. And yeah, if you think your column to hit bigger, just use it. I keep forgetting it, to be honest, because I just swing. But yeah, so 4 Imperial Daughter. Preferably she's not going to be your first ride. She's probably going to be like your second or third. Preferably your first ride should be this card. I run 4 CEO Amaterasu. To be honest, this deck list is kind of like a generic. You'll probably see a lot, like most commonly see cards. Yeah, so 4 Amaterasu. The whole reason why I started this game back in the day. So yeah. Oh yeah, well I forgot to mention both Imperial Daughter and Amaterasu has the protect gift marker. So basically protect is basically you get a PG into hand. So this is it. Yeah, so when you ride the grade 3 with a protect gift marker, you take one of these cards and you add to hand, and it's essentially a perfect card. So yeah, that's essentially it. I wish I have a signed one, but I don't. So yeah, so basically you get an extra perfect card, and it's the same thing. You just pitch a card, you place in Guardian Circle, you pitch a card, and you perfect card. That's it. Yeah. So back to Amaterasu. She is the triple rare of the Q4 set, and she has 2 skills. First skill is an act skill. Once per turn, you can counterblast 1. You draw a card, then you check the top card of your deck, and then you put it on the top or on the bottom. So you kind of filter it. If you see a trigger, you can put it to the top. If you see what you don't like, you can put it to the bottom, that sort of thing. Or you see a card that you might need in next turn, you just keep it on top. You can forget the trigger. But yeah, essentially it's similar to what the old Amaterasu did, except instead of soul charge, instead of soul charging, you counterblast. So yeah, and then her other skill is pretty good. Act an auto Vanguard or Rearguard Circle. When you look at a card at your deck due to an effect during your turn, she gets 5k until end of turn. So it does stack. It stacks once per ability. So the ruling with Globe Magus, where you can get infinite power, that doesn't work because that's one ability. So you only get 5k for that one ability, not for multiple checks. So yeah, it can't really like infinite stack the Globe Magus. So it's just you get 5k for one ability deck check. That's how you say it. So yeah, yeah. Go to Rearguard Circle. Good like act skill because you're essentially drawing a card and then you can kind of predict the future. But yeah. And finally, last two, your finisher. 2, Victorious Deer. Yeah, with this card, you're going to be victorious at all. So, again, gift marker. So, place it, you get the protect gift. And he is basically your end gamer. If you don't, yeah, he's your end gamer with either him on the field or you have him on the rear guard and you have Imperial Daughter. So, skill is act Vanguard or Rearguard once per turn. You can Soul Blast 2 grade 3s and discard a card from your hand. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 2 critical triggers among them. Put the reveal cards on top of your deck in any order. Then shuffle the rest of the cards that you checked. And then put them into the bottom of the deck. And then choose 6 of your units and they each get 10k until end of turn. So, if you have a full field, each column is getting 20k buff. And then if you manage to get 2 triggers, you're essentially either your Vanguard or like something is getting 10k up or 20k up depending on how you divide your trigger your trigger power. Yeah, and on Imperial Daughter, like if you Imperial Daughter like rolled on top and she gets another 15k, it's pretty deadly. So basically it's your kill turn. You should kill during that turn. So yeah, really deadly card. If you manage to set it up right, you should be able to have 2 grade 3s in your soul and you should have a perfectly good field. So yeah, you should be able to kill. So yeah, just a little heads up, make sure like when you check the top 7 and you put the 2, if you find 2 triggers, the other cards you check, you shuffle that. You don't shuffle the deck, you shuffle that and then you put it to the bottom of the deck. Just so everyone knows, because I think there's a few confusion about that. But yeah. Moving on to grade 2s. The best grade 2 in the game in this deck. For Promise Daughter. She has resist. It doesn't say on the card, but she has resist. Yeah, so second skill is this unit cannot be retired due to opponent's card effect. So yeah, essentially resist. If you want to kill her, you have to physically attack her. Like, literally move up to your... If you're playing against OTT, you move up to your opponent's side and literally punch the card. You have to literally get rid of her like that. You can't just retire it. But yeah, but her first skill is when she attacks the Vanguard, if you have 4 more cards in your hand, she gets 6k power. So she has Oracle 4. Because Oracle... The original term for Oracle is 5 cards in hand, but she's Oracle 4 because you just need 4 cards. But yeah, she's really good. She's a staple in this deck. Run 4 of her. Yeah, because she swings for 15 before boosting if you attack Vanguard, and she has resist. So yeah. And next, 3 Yellow Witch Mimi, or memes, however you would like to call her. Simple, basic skill. When she's placed, you check the top card of your deck and you put it on top or bottom. Simple as that. Simple, and it works well with Amaterasu because you get 5k just by looking at the topic, just by looking at the card of your deck. So yeah, she just comes off her well, and you can also kind of filter too. If you don't see the trigger, you can just put it on the bottom. Hopefully, you can draw and trigger check it. So yeah. Nothing much else to say. I know some people run 4 of her. I only run 3 because I think that's how much space I have left. So 3 memes, or memes, however you like to call it. And then 3 of this card, Goddess of Insight, Sotoorihime. She's a pretty interesting card. Her skill is when she attacks the Vanguard, you can Counter Blast 1 to draw a card and then discard a card from your hand. So you're kind of pseudo filtering right there. Getting rid of cards you don't want, and hopefully drawing a card you do want. And then she gets 6k power, so she becomes 15k attacker. And then if you have a Vanguard with a grade 3, you can check the top card of your deck and put it on top or bottom. So filter there. Yeah, so she does a lot of things. She gains power. You you don't really plus. You just draw. You kind of filter your hand, and you also filter your deck as well, and then you predict in the future. So yeah. I haven't really used her skill that often. I just usually mostly meme and memes and Promise Daughter. But her skills do come in clutch. And that's it for our grade 2 lineup. Though I do want to mention this guy here. Omyoji of the Moonlit Knight. I've seen people talk about, and I've seen Decklist that plays him. He really does come in handy because his skill is one place. You can Soul Blast 1 and discard a card from your hand. You can take the bottom card of your deck and put it into your hand. So it kind of works well off with Amaterasu, Mime, like any card that lets you like look at the card and either put it top or bottom. He's kind of really useful like that. I really don't want to use him because you kind of draw a lot. This OTT you draw a lot, so you kind of deck out fast. So that's why I don't use him. But it's totally up to your preference. You can use him if you want. If you like, for example, like if you do Mime, you check a deer, you can put him in the bottom deck, and you can call him so you can get the deer. So yeah. Yeah. Moving on to grade 1s. Run 4 Circle Magus. Again, another staple card to have in the deck. She is a triple rare. But yeah, staple in the deck. First skill is when you drive check a grade 2 or greater, you can put that card to bottom deck. If you do, draw a card. Simple as that. Don't like what you drew, you can just kind of bot deck it and draw something, hopefully something you need. And then her other skill is when you ride on top of her, you can counter blast 1 to draw a card. So you're drawing a card. It's OTT. You do what you do. So yeah, again, really good card, and a staple. Run at 4. Next up, 4. I don't know how to say this one. Farfalle Magus. She's essentially a Meme clone, where when you place her, you can check top card of your deck, put top or bottom. Again, just to help with Amaterasu and kind of filter your deck a bit. Next, I run 3 Mizunohame. I don't know these names sometimes. But yeah, I run 3 of her. Her skill is when she boosts as a Vanguard, if you have 3 more cards in your damage zone, she becomes I'm trying math now. That is 14k booster. So she gets 6k power until end of battle. So she becomes 14k booster. Really comes in handy, especially during like those deer turns where you want to kind of push. But yeah, the fact that honestly, like having a good Vanguard booster like her, 14k, is really nice. Especially like once you hit 3 damage, it goes live, so it's pretty good. I know some people run Gemini, however you want to call it. But I just like the swing for power more, in my opinion. I know there's gonna be one guy who's gonna say something, but anyways. And lastly, the 2 chickens, Blackbird. Soul Blast 2, draw a card, and it gets 6k. Yeah, so you can Soul Blast the cards that are not grade 3, because you're going to save that for deer, to draw a card, and it gains 6k, so 11k booster. It's pretty nice. Yeah, and then trigger lineup, very, very generic. 8 crit, because Imperial Daughter and deer. 4 of the draw PGs, miss, because PGs are PGs, and draw triggers are draw triggers, and since they're 10k power now, that's really good. And then 4 heals, because heals are going to heal. And yeah, that is it for this deck profile. Oh yeah, if you want, you can run 8 protect markers. I only have 6 on me right now, but you run 8 protect markers because it's a protect deck. There you go, that's your extra deck. But yeah, that's it for this deck profile, guys. Again, the list is similar to a lot of decks like that are being used. Like a lot of the cards that are in this deck, you're going to see a lot of, because it's only one set. You only have to deal with one set right now, and it's just, yeah, you're just going to see a lot of the same cards. But yeah, hope you like this standard deck profile with OTT. This should be I still need to work on Royals and Novas and then Premium Novas. But yeah, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. And I will see you guys, put something in the middle, in the next video. Bye.